Hello to the web designers and developers that have signed up to be a part of OpenAIR, the Accessibility Internet Rally by Knowbility. Thank you for signing up to be a superhero. I'm Jayne Cravens, and I've been working with the nonprofits and artists that you are about to build new websites for. These organizations and artists are your clients, and at the end of the design period, at the end of this hackathon, these clients are going to rate their experience with you and rate the website that you build for them. Their rating is a substantial part of your score for this OpenAIR competition. Many of the winners in our competitions in the past have been determined because of this score from client organizations and artists. The nonprofits and artists are going to score both the design you develop and your team performance with them. They're going to score things like your responsiveness to their questions, the promptness of your replies, and how much they feel like you listen to them and what they want for their websites. While all of these nonprofits and artists want an accessible website, many of them have signed up to be a part of OpenAIR because they want a website that looks and feels better to them and to their audiences than what they have now. So that means their score for their design team will be based on things like how well the site you design reflects the nature of the organization or the work of the artist. They want the site to be structured in a way that allows them to maintain it and grow it after this competition ends. And their score will reflect how well they feel the site you build for them does that. They want a design that takes into consideration all that they have given you in their client survey. The client survey provides the core information you need to design a website for that client. If they already have a website, you will, of course, be using that material as well as the client survey to create their new site. They will also have additional text, graphics, photos, and other materials ready to give to you in a digital format for their new website. If they don't already have a website, they will have the text, graphics, photos, and other materials ready to give to you immediately in a digital format. You can get the best score possible by making sure you contact your client organization or artist as soon as possible after you get their contact information after the kickoff event. Set up a phone meeting as soon as possible, or even better, a video conference. Your first meeting can be primarily a get-to-know-each-other meeting, where you introduce yourselves and talk about how excited you are to be matched to that organization or artist. At that first meeting, your team should already have reviewed the organization or artist's client survey. You should already know what the mission of the nonprofit is or what kind of artist you'll be working with. And you should know where they are in the world and what the time difference is. How often should you meet with them? That's up to you. A meeting once a week is certainly reasonable. Please don't ask to meet every day. These nonprofits and artists have very busy schedules and many other priorities, so please be respectful of their time. By all means, if you want to use a screen sharing application, please do. Just be ready to provide technical support to your client on how to download that tool and how to use it. Please also remember that the nonprofits that are involved are experts, as are the artists that are involved in this event. You may be working with someone who doesn't know much about web design, but who does know a lot about working with children or working with people with disabilities or how to write and perform a song. We ask that you please respect that expertise. The more interest you can show in your client, nonprofit, or artist and their work, the more you can build a website that meets the need of that organization or artist, and the more satisfied your client will be. How much you explain about accessibility to your client is up to you. Some may be very interested in, say, ARIA landmark roles, for instance, and others may find such talk confusing and distracting. The best way to know how much technical information to share is to ask regularly if your client feels like they have too much information or they have too little. To ask if they understand what you're trying to say or what you have just shown them. Ask them if they understand why you made a certain design choice. By all means, if you make a design choice that directly relates to accessibility and your client says they want it in a different way that would make it not accessible, Talk to them and explain why you're making this choice. That's part of your challenge in the OpenAIR competition, to make your client happy and to make an accessible website. You can send your client organization or artist swag from your company, if you have a company and if you have swag, like a t-shirt, like this one that I got from TechSoup when I worked with them. Pens, bags, mugs, whatever. That's entirely up to you and entirely voluntary. It's not required. You can send them silly photos of your team, dressed as superheroes. Whatever. Again, it's entirely up to you. Web design teams are welcome to stay in touch with client organizations and artists after the competition ends, but you don't have to. We hope that you'll always be open to answering simple technical questions they may have about the website you build for them. After the competition is over, you are welcome to sign up for their email newsletters or not, to go to an event they have if you're in the same town or not, to make a donation to them or not. You don't have to maintain a relationship after the competition, but you're welcome to do so. It's entirely up to you. And that's all I needed to say. Again, I am so happy you're participating. We could not do this without you. These nonprofits and artists are really excited and even a little bit anxious about the website you design and how this process is going to go along. But I can tell you that what you do is going to have a big impact on their work long after OpenAIR is over. So thank you for being a superhero. The best of luck to you. And please let Knowbility know if you need any help, you have any questions, or if you're facing any challenges. Bye.